Hey, welcome to Dirty Bomb, a free-to-play FPS genre game that is available on Steam right now, assuming you have the game and it's in your Steam. I am going to give a basic setup guide to Dirty Bomb, so as a couple of tip and trick you should know. Apologize for the background noise if any, and do note that I'm not gonna be a pro player anytime soon, or I am a pro. I'm just a casual player. But for a couple of 100 hours in Dirty Bomb and 1,000 of hours in FPS game overall, I think I got this. Let's get started with the basic. Dirty Bomb is a fast-paced shooting game, therefore you have to move quickly while taking your enemy out at the same time. And for those who are familiar with FPS game, you should know that aims matter. And to make aim easier, you have to have a map knowledge on where the enemy comes from and so on. But that's a thing, you'll experience it yourself while playing the game, and there's no way you can improving from watching a video. Though there is something you can improve, and I am talking about the sensitivity. The sensitivity can be changed in setting by reaching out to setting tab, and from there click on controls tab. But it gets deeper. One can argue that higher sensitivity is better than low, and vice versa. But the true answer is up to your preferences. To find the right sensitivity that you're gonna be comfortable with, you can follow this step. Disclaimer, it will take time, a lot of it. But trust me, it is worth it after you finish it. Now step 1, open up your console by pressing the switchlevel key. Guess what I call? I should research more before I start the video, but either way, it should be on top of your tab key, and type in it this command right here. It should be on the screen right now, or maybe it's in the description below. You can copy it and paste it. Either way, it's called switch level space obj underscore bridge. This will be in the description as well, and so as the list of varieties of map that you can play and choose from. Go to a markable place. In the bridge map, I choose the X mark on the jackal spawn, and it's really everywhere, but I'll choose this because this is the easiest one to reach. And to find the right sensitivity, it's really easy. You strafe left and right constantly while trying to keep your crosshair on it. If you overshoot it a lot, chances are your sensitivity is too high. But if you have a hard time following it, it's mean that your sensitivity is too low. So fiddle around with it, play around with it, increase and decrease it the way you to the point where you like it and you're comfortable with it. Doesn't hurt your hand or cramp your hand a lot while moving around. And the same apply to the iron sight sensitivity or scope sensitivity, whatever you call it. Since we're on the sensitivity topic, we might as well check out the crosshair setting. Not much you can change in here. It's just a couple of settings, but feel free to change the way you set it up, the way you like it, basically. Alright, now that's the boring stuff is out of the way, we can go to the fun stuff. Alright, so first thing you should be aware of, you play the tutorial, is wall jumping. Just like bunny hopping in CSGO, this method will let you go around the map faster, and you should be also aware of long jump. Do you? Do you even play the tutorial? Come on, man. Either way, if you play the tutorial, you should know the wall jump and the long jump. And the long jump can be activated by crouch, sprint, and jump. And the wall jump is it obvious? You jump to the wall and press space on it, and then you jump. Whatever. This will boost you forward. Although sometimes it's pretty hard to do it. So here's a tip on how to perform it every time. Okay, so we're in the game right now, and so if you this is the normal jump, you can press space to it and you literally jump bouncing off the wall. Nothing hard there. It's pretty simple stuff to do. That's pretty normal stuff, but doing this normally won't boost you anywhere at all. But if you do the same, alright, but crouching, I literally failed that. But after I finish just showing you, you're probably gonna master it every time. But you have to get some time to use to it. It's not really that hard though. So you just go and crouch, and you see it boosts you forward. You can hear that swoosh sound there. Yeah. Now it's not gonna work 100% time unless your hand is magic for some reason. I tend to fail it a lot, but this is the way that you can actually make it, and it's gonna work all the time. So first of all, go to your control setting and change your sprint. This will help even though if you don't want to do the boost jump. To toggle sprint on, and this will obviously make you sprint by just pressing the shift without holding it, which I find really useful because sometimes I really need to press A, but my pinky just doesn't allow me. I have a small hand, so give me a break. Either way, that's a good way to do it. Although this won't help your boost jump as much since it's still really hard to reach your crouch key. It's into control key and it's really bottom down there, and I find it's really hard for me to reach there with my baby hand. So I'm gonna show you how to reach it even easier. Is so as you can see, there's three things you can change, and don't change your jump. If you change it, I don't know why would you do that. I mean, you can change your mouse scroll because I tend to use it a lot. It's a secondary controller. But whatever, for the shift sprint, I change to crouch, and for the crouch, I change to shift. Now, the reason to this is, can you see now, I'm running, so this is walking, this is running, so I can switch off controls. I can use control to switch my sprint, but really, in Dirty Bomb, it's a fast-paced game. You're gonna use sprint all the time anyway, unless you're doing something weird. Then I'm not sure. So now you can bounce off the wall by just pressing space without holding any button else than that. And if you want a long jump, you can just hold sprint. And there you go, long jump, easy, without chaining 3 buttons at once. So not that it's a big problem or anything, but I just love it better. And obviously it's gonna take some time learning and getting used to it, but once you get used to it, it's really rewarding and you can go to place really fast. Yeah. Alright, that is the basics for this. Let's move on. Now, this is some of a rule you can adapt to while playing Dirty Bomb, because I see a lot of new player kind of got this wrong and it's bothering me. And also, do note that the section here is, well, mainly for the new player and for my experience of the game. Now, let's get started. First, don't shoot a proximity mine when your teammate is close or on it. If they're on it, they're gonna die anyway. But if they're close to it and somehow dodge it from being exploded, you shouldn't shoot it. And this is pretty much obvious unless you're a medic and you want a free point. You can shoot it, give them a health pack, and you get a free point. There you go. If the proximity mine is next to the generator and your teammate is interacting with the generator, please don't shoot it. For the love of God, it's annoying. I don't know how many times I was defusing or doing the objective or repairing or anything, and then some random dude. So I mean, I don't want to explode the proximity mine because I don't want to alert the proxy. If the proxy is good and they see on their HUD that the mine is gone, they know where you are. And I don't want to alert her, so I sneak up and somehow the mine didn't explode. And I'm defusing it, and there's some random medic come in and decided to shoot it. I know it's painful, but whatever. Now, when someone is repairing the objective, okay, be sure to cover them, and don't go in and start defusing with them, because it doesn't do anything at all. It doesn't do a goddamn thing. So just let them defuse it while you cover them. All right. Now, when the objective specialists, such as Proxy, Fletcher, and Bushwhacker, as for now, I think Turtle is going to be up next soon, and he's going to be a objective specialist or engineer, whatever you call it. But he's going to be available for using soon, and he's probably be one of these people who can do the objectives faster than regular Merc. So if they're defusing, cover them, because you don't have the right to defuse over them. It doesn't work that way. The game will give the time defusing to them because they can do it faster. So let them do it. They can do it faster and much more efficient than you could, unless you're another objective specialist. And I don't know. Or overall, if when you're defusing, you should see a notification came up and telling you that you're defusing or repairing or planting. um, the objective. But if it says teammate is defusing, teammate is planting, or teammate is repairing, might as well just be their meat shield, because it's more important for them to do it if they do it faster. Like, here's some of the thing that allowed your teammate to do it faster. First, they have a mechanic perk. Second, the objective specialist. So, if you don't have any of those on your side, if you're not an objective specialist and you don't have the perk, be sure to let them do it and be their meat shield instead. Alright, now this one goes to the people that really dodge the objective. They just doesn't do the objective at all.
Do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
While picking a merc in game, assuming you already pick all your 3 loadout merc, if you're picking it in game, make sure you're completing a role of a missing merc class, unless somehow you didn't pick the merc up in the loadout section, then it's not you to blame. But if you already equipped something like medic, objective specialist, or fire support, be sure to switch to them if your team are lacking them, alright? Except a recon class, I feel like recon are not as useful as it is. I mean, recon include Phantom, um, Vasily, Red Eye, and Amy. I mean, they're useful if you're good at them, and they're useful for example, Vasily, wall hack grenade, or whatever you call it, heartbeat sensor, is that what the name is? Throw it on the ground, and you literally see the enemy through wall, and this could help your team uh, with the gameplay quite a lot. But I mean, if it's more better to switch to objective specialist or fire support or any of those type of class if you're lacking of it than a recon on your team. You know, it's more useful than that. And yeah, we like sometimes you have 5 facility on your team and it's just stupid. Or 5 proxy, it doesn't work. If you're going to have 5 proxy, you might as well have 5 Plucher or Bushwhacker, it's still better. But I mean, if you only have proxy and proxy is the only choice you have, then go on. Now, if you're playing as proxy, you know, the cancer class, but I do love the class, it's just amazing. The merc, sorry. But if you're playing as proxy, instead of just being a cancer to the other enemy team, be even more cancerous by placing your mine next to a door where you think the enemy gonna rush in. Now, this will be a huge advantage to your team, since it's probably clear out the first wave of the enemy coming, and if they step on it or they trip on it, and it will clear a lot and help your teammate a lot if you place it right. Now, I see a lot of proxy place the mine on mid-air. I mean, not mid-air, like mid battlefield on the ground. I mean, it works sometime, and if it works, someone will get really pissed off because they shouldn't be tripping on it, but they trip on it instead. It's really annoying sometimes. It's cancer, but you know, it's yeah. So keep in mind while you're playing proxy, and if you want me to get more in depth to each and individual merc, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to get back to you with it. Alright, more tip here is coming up, and if you're playing against proxy, wear a headphone. The mine makes so much noise that every time there's a proxy on the other team, I really trip on their mine. If I hear the mine and they just placed it, or they didn't trigger it by themselves, I know where the mine are. Then yeah, basically you get what I mean. Wear a headphone and stop complaining. You know what? Keep complaining. So Splash Damage decided not to put proxy on a free rotation. It's annoying. Like, it's just no. See, like having a proxy on free rotation can cause 2 disadvantage. One disadvantage to your team if the proxy is bad. She is the objective specialist, however she have a little health pool, so you know the enemy can take them down really easily, and it's a disadvantage to enemy team because the mine is really annoying. Now move on. The generator can be damaged from just a regular bullet. Any type of bullets can damage it, even a zapper from Spark reviver gun can also damage it. So you know, if they defend the generator tightly, if they're guarding it really tightly, such as in a chapel map, I see a lot of player that know what they're doing tend to defend the generator room, the generator barrier room really tightly, and it's really hard to get in. Even if you're an objective specialist, you won't have enough time to plant the bomb unless your team is rushing in. But if your team don't know what you're doing, consider switching to Stokernator or Frag or any AoE splash damage class that can deal explosive damage, that deal a lot of damage to the generator itself, uh, and use their ability on the generator instead. It will help a lot. This also applies to EV, so if the HP of the EV is low, consider shooting it instead of wasting an artillery strike or air strike for it. That thing takes time to regenerate, so your ammo, you can waste it. I mean, you're a fire support class, you can drop ammo anytime you want, basically infinite ammo, so do it instead. Either way, that is all I got for now, and be sure to make I'll be sure to make another video if I got more tips, and all the link and the information will be in the description below if you want to research more about this yourself. So if you learned anything at all, please hit the like button, I would really appreciate that, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see y'all next time.